Everyone tells you to run AI locally. Almost nobody tells you which model your specific machine can actually handle. So let's fix that. Hardware tier by hardware tier. Old laptop, 8 gigabytes of RAM. You're running dolphin-phi, 2.7 billion parameters at Q4 km quantization. It'll use about 3 gigabytes, and it's fast. Don't ask it to write a novel. Ask it short questions, and it answers them without the safety lecture that cloud models love so much. 16 gigabytes is where most people live, and it's the sweet spot. 2 picks here. Dolphin 3.0, 8 billion. If you want a general workhorse that follows instructions and calls tools without tripping over itself. Hermes 3, 8 billion, if you're writing fiction, because it holds a character across thousands of turns instead of drifting into mush by message 40. Both fit in 6 to 8 gigabytes of VRAM, and both feel conversational rather than sluggish. On a Mac, the answer is different. EVA Qwen2.5, 14 billion at Q4, runs beautifully on 16 gigabytes of unified memory. It was tuned for exactly this architecture, and it shows. It comes in 1.5, 7, 14, and 32 billion, so every Apple device tier has a version. Gaming desktop with 24 gigabytes of VRAM. Now you can run dolphin-mixtral 8 by 7 billion, a mixture of experts' model that reasons like something much larger while only activating part of itself per token. It needs the whole thing in memory, so budget 32 gigabytes to be comfortable. The payoff is sustained logical reasoning that the smaller models can't touch. Above that, at 32 gigabytes and up, you're into Hermes 370 billion at heavy quantization. At 64, you're running Llama 3.3, 70 billion, at Q5 with room to breathe. That's the tier where local genuinely competes with cloud on output quality. One rule matters more than model choice. Q4 km is your floor. Q2 and Q3 save memory and wreck quality, and people notice the difference immediately without knowing why their model got stupid. 3 things to skip. Anything under 3 billion parameters that markets itself on being unfiltered, because it's usually just not very good. Anything that hasn't been updated in a year, including some very popular downloads built on outdated bases. And any model whose entire pitch is being the new best, because that model exists every single month. The full hardware breakdown. The specialized picks for coding and long context, and how the obliteration process actually works are all in the guide linked below.